Mark Carney arrived in Washington ahead of his second Oval Office meeting with Donald Trump under pressure from the opposition back home to bring back solid results.
Surely, after promising to negotiate a win, to have a deal by July the 21st, the Prime Minister's not flying all the way to Washington, D.C. just to have lunch.
Pierre Poilievre also sent Carney an open letter demanding no more losing. But Conservative premiers weren't joining the chorus.
We'll say that recently I have had some hope that we are seeing a change in direction since Mark Carney became Prime Minister.
Alberta's premier sounded downright complimentary about Carney's infrastructure proposals. And from Ontario,
I'm confident that the Prime Minister is going to go in there and do a great job. He's a smart business person.
There is guarded optimism that there might be some kind of a breakthrough in Washington.
When the president wants something, he wants something to go out with a big splash. So I don't think that the Prime Minister would be going unless there was something to announce.
But Trump so far isn't budging on tariffs.
I mean, look, my positions turned out to, everybody said I'm right. There's a lot of companies from Canada are moving into the United States, you know.
We are friends. We are allies.
Canada got some support from a delegation of governors from Great Lakes states, all of which are closely tied to the Canadian economy.
What is not helpful is the way in which the president has demeaned our neighbors in the north, suggesting that they should be the 51st state. I respect Canadian sovereignty.
The Liberal government has tried not to raise expectations around this trip, but there's no doubt that Carney would like to emerge with some kind of relief for Canadian industries struggling with tariffs, even if it falls short of the grand bargain he's ultimately hoping for. Evan Dyer, CBC News, Ottawa.
Katie Simpson joins me now from Washington with new information about Carney's main objectives. Katie, what have you learned about the hopes for this meeting?
The expectation heading into this meeting is the possibility of steel tariffs being lowered, some partial relief. This is according to 3 senior Canadian government sources speaking to CBC News and Radio-Canada. And the overall goal, according to these sources, is this could create a new framework to lower more sectoral tariffs in the future. Now, the key word in all of this is expectation, and that was stressed to us by our sources. Everyone is being cautious because U.S. President Donald Trump is so unpredictable. In the past, Canadian officials thought breakthroughs had been made, that deals were close, and then things go sideways unexpectedly.
Absolutely. So what else does Canada want to achieve here?
This is a chance for relationship building. Things are in a better place than Prime Minister Trudeau's final months in office, but it still has been a rough stretch for Prime Minister Carney. Canada is being pummeled by tariffs, and while Canada has more exceptions than most countries, deadlines were announced and not met, some rates have been hiked, and there's plenty of uncertainty. There was a moment this summer when Trump really deeply lashed out at Canada over the proposed digital services tax, the one that Ottawa dropped following those complaints. And just last week, Trump revived his 51st state rhetoric. Anytime any world leader goes into the Oval Office, there is a fear of making things worse. That, of course, is something Carney will want to avoid at all costs.
All right. Thanks for this, Katie. Katie Simpson in Washington.